Please join me in welcoming Zareen Mugsy. She is a firecracker who loves to rock out on stage. Miss O thinks she's the coolest kid around. So let's give it up for Zareen and her story, Cheap Old Guitar.
Spark, as I understand it, is that one thing that lights you up from the inside. Everyone has different sparks, like art, video games, or sports. For me, that spark is music. I remember from a very young age enjoying all sorts of music. From the Queen to the Beatles, I took my music everywhere with me. Slowly and gradually, that music, it became a part of me. But it wasn't just listening to music that made me realize this. It was the moment I started playing it. The first time I picked up a guitar, I wasn't sure what I was doing. My fingers hurt, the chords sounded messy, and it didn't sound anything like the songs I used to love. But every time I picked it up and played something, I felt proud. It gave me confidence. I remember boasting about it, running up to my siblings, showing it off, and saying, Bet you can do this. It wasn't perfect, but to me, it felt like a huge achievement. Learning a new song made me feel better, and it was almost 7 years ago that I found my spark just by playing a cheap old guitar. As I kept playing, I realized music was not something I liked. Music was something I needed to be myself. It became my identity and the way I chose to express myself and my creativity. Some people unwind by reading books, watching TV. For me, it was my guitar. That cheap old guitar, it didn't just teach me chords. It taught me what it feels like to have a spark. Something that excites you, something that motivates you, something that makes you lose track of time and makes you feel like yourself. And once you find that spark, you realize how important it is to protect it. Because these small and meaningful sparks are very fragile. As we grow older, we are forced towards practicality by this basic, boring old world. It pushes us towards careers, it pushes us towards responsibilities, and it pushes us towards stability. Now, don't get me wrong, being stable and responsible is indeed a very great thing, but while chasing that stability, we let go of our spark. Without even realizing it, we trade our sparks for routines. And no wonder why the majority of the adults we meet are cranky. Okay. um, I don't think it has to be that way. I don't think growing up should mean letting go of the things that once made us feel alive. I don't think growing up should mean being boxed in corporate life. For me, music is more than just a hobby. It is a reminder. It is my reminder that creativity and expression still matter. The world is changing in a way where profit matters more than individual creativity. And by the growth of AI, people in other jobs, not in just the creative industry, are at a huge risk too. This change and focus on profit discourages people who have found their spark from pursuing it, which, in my opinion, is truly a tragedy. The world around us is crumbling. We are just expected to go on every day in a world where we are just numbers and where all that really matters is that we make enough money to have any semblance of peace. I will ask something now, and I want you guys to reflect on it. When was the last time you did what you loved and you felt peace? Were you alive or were you actually existing? There are moments when I'm playing my guitar, whether it's with friends or messing around, where everything else seems to fade away. Deadlines, expectations, stress, tests, none of it matters while I'm playing. Time seems to pass away differently. And sometimes I don't even realize how long I've been playing. Because in those moments, I feel completely present. I'm not worrying about my responsibilities. I'm not thinking about my future. I'm not thinking about my career. I'm really only just present. A spark, It gives you something that structured routines don't always allow: freedom. Freedom to experiment, freedom to make mistakes, freedom to be loud, freedom to be quiet, freedom to express emotions without needing to find the perfect words. It's one of the few spaces where there are no rigid rules about who you have to be. It gives you a sense of individuality. It reminds you that you're more than just your career. You're more than just your responsibilities. And you're more than just the path you are expected to follow. Growing up in Pakistan, all you were taught to do was how to be a good student. If you don't cram for more than 4 hours a day, every single day, you're not going to be successful. Or as the teacher liked to label it, you are lazy. Finding a spark in such an environment can be really draining. You are stripped of all your creativity, and you just become a part of a stereotype. That's why, in my opinion, holding on to a spark becomes even more important. I remember when I made my first song on the guitar. It wasn't something special, but people around me really seemed to like it. They all told me it sounded something like they had already heard of. Taking away my originality, I see. I Shazammed it, nothing came up. It was 100% my song. My point is, for a spark to really feel like something, it doesn't have to be grand, it doesn't have to be different. It just has to be something you like, and that is unique. So, whatever your spark is, don't let it fade. Protect it. Because in a world full of routines and structures, your spark might be the only thing that's keeping you from losing yourself. Thank you.